Benjamin Netanyahu's visit to Washington, his first since the International Criminal Court, ICC, issued an arrest warrant, marks a pivotal moment in ongoing negotiations regarding the Gaza ceasefire. This Tuesday, he will meet with former President Donald Trump for crucial discussions aimed at solidifying the fragile agreement and charting a path towards lasting peace. The summit comes at a critical juncture, as Israel and Hamas are poised to enter the second phase of negotiations, a delicate process involving a complex prisoner exchange. The deal, brokered under immense pressure, hinges on a phased release of hostages held by Hamas in exchange for the release of hundreds of Palestinian prisoners currently imprisoned in Israel. The success of this exchange is not only paramount for securing the immediate release of Israeli citizens, but also for establishing a foundation for future stability and preventing further escalations. The delicate balance of this negotiation necessitates a profound understanding of the intricate political and humanitarian landscape of the region, with each decision carrying potentially far-reaching consequences. The stakes are exceptionally high, considering the volatile nature of the situation and the deep-seated mistrust between the involved parties. Successful negotiation will require skillful diplomacy, strategic concessions, and unwavering commitment to de-escalation. The fragile ceasefire, painstakingly achieved in the previous round of talks, remains precarious, dependent on the successful implementation of the prisoner exchange and the fulfillment of other crucial terms of the agreement. Any disruption or failure to adhere to the agreed-upon timeline could easily reignite the conflict, with potentially devastating consequences for both Israelis and Palestinians. The international community keenly watches the unfolding events, offering both encouragement and cautious concern for the protracted process ahead. The meeting between Netanyahu and Trump carries added significance given the ICC's arrest warrant, casting a long shadow over the proceedings. This legal action, irrespective of its immediate impact on Netanyahu's visit, underscores the deep-seated divisions and complexities of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict and the broader geopolitical context in which it is embedded. The international community is grappling with questions surrounding accountability, justice, and the ongoing struggle for lasting peace in the region. The potential for renewed conflict remains ever-present, making this summit a critical juncture in the conflict's trajectory. The absence of a long-term, comprehensive solution leaves the region vulnerable to future escalations, emphasizing the critical need for decisive action and sustained international engagement to prevent further violence and humanitarian crises. Prior to the commencement of the summit, Hamas announced the initiation of the second phase of ceasefire talks, as stipulated in the previously signed agreement. This confirmation, while seemingly positive, does little to diminish the inherent complexities and potential pitfalls of the negotiations. The path to a durable peace remains fraught with considerable obstacles, necessitating careful navigation and compromise from all parties involved. The international community's role is to ensure that negotiations remain focused on lasting peace, not just temporary respite from violence. Any future solution must comprehensively address the root causes of the conflict, including the humanitarian crisis in Gaza and the unresolved issues of borders, settlements, and the status of Jerusalem. These issues require a broad, internationally supported approach that goes beyond short-term political gains and seeks genuine. Reports suggest that Trump's vision for the Gaza Strip extends far beyond the immediate ceasefire negotiations. According to the Washington Post, citing a senior administration official, Trump reportedly views Gaza as requiring extensive reconstruction, potentially spanning over a decade. This assessment, characterized as a demolition site perspective, highlights the scale of the challenge and the long-term commitment required for rebuilding the region. The perspective underscores the magnitude of the task ahead, extending far beyond the immediate ceasefire discussions. The long-term vision for Gaza's reconstruction necessitates a far-reaching, coordinated international effort involving extensive financial resources and substantial political will to transform the region. The success of such a project would depend on the creation of a sustainable environment conducive to peace and prosperity, addressing fundamental issues of governance, infrastructure, and economic development. The long-term outlook for the region hinges upon these complex and challenging undertakings.